Okay, welcome back. This is the last video that I'm going to do for this section. And if you already feel good multiplying matrices, you probably don't need to watch the whole video here. Um, but what you should do is you should make sure that you understand that when you're multiplying matrices, you cannot switch the order on the multiplication, okay? And we saw that in one of the examples we did earlier. We saw that we couldn't switch the order because the rows and columns, we didn't have the right number of them. In this, I'm going to do an example where you can actually do both AB and BA. And when you do it, you get different things. So let me first show you why you can do both AB and BA in this example. So we've got A here. Well, A is a 1, 2 by 2 matrix, so it's 2 by 2, and B is a 1, 2 by 2, 2 by 2 matrix, okay? So remember, in order for this to work, these two numbers need to be the same, right? And they are, okay? But if I switch the order, right? If I did B first and then A, right? These two numbers would also match, 2 and 2, because there's just 2's here. So it would work to do the other way as well. And so I'll show you how you get different things when you do AB than when you do BA. Okay, so AB, let's do that. Well, that's going to be our A is 5, 7, -3, 0. And then B is 1, 2, 9, -1. I like to write them out so that I can see what's going on. And we're doing rows here times by the columns. Whoop, lost a pen. Times by the columns there. Okay, so what do I get when I do this? 5 times 1 is 5, plus 7 times 9 is 63. Okay, then second row, -3 and 0. So -3 times 1 is -3. 0 times 9 is 0. 5 times 2 is 10. Because now we're doing second column, right? And then 7 times -1 is -7. -3 times +2 is -6. And then 0 times -1 is 0. Okay? So, what do we get? We just simplify this down. We get 68, -3, 3, and -6. Okay? So that is what we get when we do AB. Let's switch colors and do BA. Okay, so BA, we're going to put B first. So 1, 2, 9, -1. And A is 5, 7, -3, and 0. Okay, so that's B times A. Remember how we do this is we take rows of this matrix and times it by columns of the other matrix. Okay. So when we do that, what do we get? We do 1 times 5 is 5. 2 times -3 is -6. 9 times 5 is 45. -1 times -3 is +3. And then 1 times 7, 2 times 0. I'm doing this, all of this row times this column, right? Okay, 9 times 7 is 63. -1 times 0 is 0. So we get 5 minus 6 is -1, 48, 7, and 63. Okay. So you'll notice here, AB, which we ended up here with down here, this is not the same thing as BA. Okay, so matrix multiplication isn't quite as nice as our regular multiplication for numbers, but it is multiplication nonetheless. Okay, so hopefully that helps with multiplication. This is probably the hardest thing that we do in this section. Give your homework a try. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next lesson. Have a good one, guys.